All right, you know what's funny? I actually was in process of uploading another video on EverGrow, and then I saw this massive red candle, so I decided, you know what? I should probably go ahead and go back and recover what's going on for this because it's a pretty substantial red candle and just how that kind of plays in with everything else and what my thoughts are. So that's where we're at right now. Before I do get any further into this, I want to say a special shout out thank you to our Patreon supporters. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you want to be up on that board for as little as $1 a month, there is a link in the description. Also, please keep in mind that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion, is my own research, and I highly encourage you to go do your own research as well. So, as you guys can clearly see, we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, and it's just boom, massive volume, just absolutely huge drop taking place right there, right? We're about 15 minutes away from a new daily candle for crypto. Just scrolling on down here, you can see 1,000 sell, 1,250 sell. There's a $7,300 sell. There's a $26,692 sell. $10,000, $6,000, $1,000, $23,000 sell. $12,000 sell. So there's some people that are dropping some heavy money right now off of this top price, right? And every sell that we're seeing going through, for the most part, is like $1,000 or more. Most of these purchases that are coming through are not exceeding that $1,000. They're, $5, 600, couple $100 here and there. So people are, for the most part, buying, but there are just a few players here and there that are just offloading quite a bit. So here's the thing. You got to look at some other key fundamentals for this. Before this massive 1 hour candle dropped, this was an ascending triangle pattern. And this was actually a very strong base formation because you can see that top level resistance matches up quite well with the Fibonacci sequence, which is at 0.786. So you got one instance, two instances, three instances right there, almost a fourth instance. And then along the bottom line level of support, there's 1, 2, 3, and then almost a fourth one off of this baseline here, okay? So being at the top level of resistance, it was on the verge of making a breakout, and it still very well could. What's interesting is that a lot of the indications suggested that, hey, it's going to go ahead and go up, but from a probability perspective, there's always that chance it could go down. So higher probability it was going to go up than going down, but you can see that there's that pull down. I think with where we're at right now, that's a loud plane. I think with where we're at right now, you're seeing that people are buying up that dip in mass, right? Most of these, most of these purchases that are coming in are smaller valued, as I noted. Most of the sells are a higher value, and I feel that they're just going to kind of exhaust themselves out. So there's a very good chance that this could continue to climb back up. And technically, if it manages over the next hour or 2 hours to get back within this zone, it could end up continuing once more, right? Before we have to change our trend pattern formation. Something else to keep in mind is that we have a baseline level of support here on the Fibonacci, just standard fundamentals there. We're looking at 0.618. There's not a lot of instances to really signify that. It's just we're basing it off of Fibonacci. So if this drops down a ton more, I would kind of keep an eye on around that. But yeah, that's a pretty deep red candle right there. It's not as deep as this one that happened. You see there's a big green candle that followed up with that. In fact, if you look at a lot of these instances when there's these red candles, it's followed up with some pretty big green candles immediately afterwards. For example, right here. And then comparatively, we see this one a little bit smaller, but it did progressively climb, working its way back up. Okay, so these smaller market cap based coins, you do see a lot more volatility with things. Something to keep in mind is that EverGrow has almost 90,000 holders now, getting closer and closer to six figures. So that's absolutely awesome to see that. In addition, over on their Twitter account, they are celebrating 30,000 followers. So the community is definitely growing. And you can tell that there's a lot of people that believe in the project. They're buying it up, and it's having a reflection over there. So where am I at right now personally? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm still bullish. I feel that people are going to be buying up this dip. This is just a massive red candle that really didn't have a lot of leading indicators suggesting that was going to take place. It's just, it happened. right? But what are people doing in response to it? Are they mass selling as well? Are we seeing a huge drop in price? Is it showing that it's on a downtrend? I mean, you can see it's not really doing that, right? Now, price isn't really climbing up too much here. If we go ahead and swap on over to a 5-minute time frame, you can see that there was that big red candle, a couple more of those little drops, and now it's trying to figure out what it's going to do, moving sideways a little bit more red going on there. But, again, people are just, we'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm looking at lower levels of support right here, but overall, I'm still quite bullish on this. So let us know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Psychologically, people could start to kind of panic a little bit by keeping an eye on that big red candle there. Oh, whoops. Let's go back over to the 1 hour. Yeah, so people seeing that big red candle, they could start to freak out a tad bit. But yeah, for the most part, everyone's buying up with green. Potentially buying it with their earned rewards that they got of BUSD. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. I got referral links for free cryptocurrency, free stock in the description. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. It does help us out with the YouTube search algorithm. Click the bell icon so you know when we go live. I do tend to look at the charts here when we go live, and I will see you in the next episode.